Everyone, thank you so much for joining me again on this next installment of the Traxxas TRX4 build. In this episode, we're going to ignore the chassis for just a little bit as we've got to do something with the body. Now, this is going to be kind of fun because the vast majority of these, like my Axial SCX-10-2 Ford F100, seem to be almost all painted factory. Many of you have seen a lot of my builds, and I have a particular Ampro paint scheme, and I think we're going to move forward with that. As you can see, my go-to colors. We're gonna have stripes. I just don't know where the stripes are gonna be. The easy thing is just to have the back of the vehicle magenta, then orange, then yellow, then silver with some black detailing on the hood. But I've done that. And this is a pretty slab side body. Let's go a little bit crazier. Oh man. Well, it's pretty much ready for paint. Yeah, so the stripes are gonna be 3 colors. So we're going to have to mask off the lighter colors, start with the darkest and work our way to the lighter. And then we can begin to peel off. I don't know, because the body's going to be silver. This area here is going to be black. So we're going to have to peel things off one by one. Oh boy, that was a lot. That was a lot. Got the stripes down. Now I'm going to peel off the separators for the stripes. Yes, because maybe I should paint the black first. Let me think about this for a minute. Okay, so I had to do a weird thing. I painted the silver, although this has to be black. And the reason this is odd is that this separation line here has to be silver, and this area is silver. So next we'll paint the black on the bottom, then I'll peel this off and we'll do the silver. I just kind of masked things in weird orders. Damn. And we are not done yet. I'm going to peel these window masks off, and then we've got a lot of work to do. I am so happy with everything that's happened here. I guess we have to peel off the protective layer and then put on the stickers and then put on the hard bits. So I think there's a little, yeah, right here. Ooh. Always the best part, honestly. Or the worst part if you discover you've made a mistake. That came off, that came off. There's actually a little run right here, which is hilarious because the door handle is going to cover it. How did that happen? That's amazing luck. Okay, peel. I'm doing an incredibly bad job of peeling. Let's go back to the front. This is a remarkably clean paint job, so unfortunately we're not seeing all that much. There we go. Ooh, some schmutz. There we go. Oh gosh. Look at that. Cool. Oh, that is cool. Oh my gosh. Well, there it is. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. Okay, now we get our little protective mat. So I think it's a Tamiya model painting mat. Here, we put that down, put that there, potentially flip it over like that. Oh yes, the interior, by the way, is going to be orange. Why? Because fun. And we've got our sack of plastics here. Where are the fender flares? Oh, there they are. And we've got our instructions here. So I'm going to begin by doing things. There we go. I'll be back. So rad. Check that out. Oh God, that's incredible. That really came out good. It's not entirely done. The headlights in the front and the rear panels, like the taillights and the grille, are not in yet because I have lights coming. I'm not using the Traxxas light kit. I'm using another one, aftermarket one. So we'll put that in next. But I just had to gaze at this. I'm dying for the interior because that's going to be a huge improvement on giving it some depth. I did cut out all of the tinted portions of the windows because I'm going to have an interior, so I want to see into the truck. Back also. That came out pretty good. I do want to see how this whole body mounting system works. So let's snag the TRX4. This will also give me an idea of how it actually fits on the chassis. So come here, you. I've never done this before, so we'll just I guess you just drop it on, right? Because the front clips in here and the rear clips in there. We have to line up the sides here. There's nothing in the way. Oh, there it goes. That's insanity. I don't think this side's in. There it goes. That is insanity. I can't believe no one's done that before. I don't have a fifth of this tire. And that... Actually, I think this little smaller one looks a little better. The factory ones are just ginormous. It might be a little bit too small, but we're getting there. Now, we are not done yet. I have one more part coming soon for the body. So let's go ahead and install that next. I designed the porthole, but just a little side note, I used a fine tip Sharpie to create the panel gaps. You see that there's the hood lines. I haven't gone across the back, even though on both the genuine cruising wagon as well as on the Bronco, this actually is two separate panels. We'll see. I don't want to make things too busy. But in the meantime, let me show what we have got here. We've got some portholes that we vacuum formed. I simply 3D printed a buck for this on the resin printer. That's not all. Here is the exterior trim ring, the interior retainer, and basically the porthole just seats behind this, and that should give it a 100% finished look. So let's go ahead and install that. The plan here is to simply hold this in place. I'll get some tape. Now this isn't flat. You can see if you hold it like this, it's slightly thicker in the center. If you rotate it a bit, you can see it there, how it dips down. Okay, so that basically is the top. That's the bottom, and those are the sides. So that's what we're gonna do. We'll just kind of seat it probably right there is where we want it. We'll tape it down, mark it, and cut it. All right, that is the line we're gonna follow to make the hole. I'll be back with a hole. This is the part where you think to yourself, have I just screwed this up? All right, hole, let's fill it. So these are the vacuum formed portholes that I made the 3D print for, and my friend helped me mold. Now we can peel off the film. Sorry, my hands are covered in paint and God knows what else. Okay, so that's off the back. And then on the front, I did take into account the thickness of the film when I created the mold so that they would fit properly inside the little trim piece. Okay, let's get that off there. Look at that. Sweet. And it should just press over. Fingers crossed. That's how it goes. That's so rad. Okay, I'll do the next one. So to install this, I actually made a mistake. I put the window in, but I can't do that yet. First, this goes in. And then on the back side, this goes in. And then over all of that, the window goes in. I mean, there it is. Both sides. And it's even cosmetic-ish on the inside, too. You can see it right there. It's actually not attached to the body. Basically, it's just squished together. The lens being pressed into this outer ring is holding the inner retention ring. And then I just glued the lens to the inner ring, and that's it. So really nothing is attaching the lens to the body. The body is done. Porthole is in. If you're curious where the interior came from, that is from C-Chan. And there is a video coming up within the next couple of weeks covering this. Sorry, the build is a little bit out of order, so I don't want to focus too much on that, but yes, it is in there. It's beautiful. But now we need to plop this on top of the chassis because the cosmetic work is done. Let me show you my wheel choice. My original idea was to install these. Now, these were a wheel that I just designed myself. And I don't mean that I modeled it myself after some other wheel. I mean, no, I actually just designed the wheel and then made it. So this is my own design. I like it, but then I realized, I don't know if it works. This is a very 70s paint job. So what I did is instead of looking at some more modern or custom wheel, I ended up just looking at what they used in 1977 for the Ford Pinto cruising wagon, and that was the styled steel wheel. Now, the real wheel is a one-piece stamped steel wheel, nothing spectacular. They came in 2 trim levels. You had your standard one, where each one of these 4 spokes had a chrome strip across all of them, as well as these little openings, and then the perimeter was simply painted in silver. The alternative was you could opt for the beauty rings, which gave you a chrome trim ring. Now, I have modeled these on another car already, and for that I went with a silver variation, and they're already on the truck. Now please ignore the wiring. We're going to get to that when we do another mechanical upgrade, but for now we're going to ignore the interior of this. But here is the wheel. It's got a disc brake behind it, so does the rear version. What I did is went with an 8-lug pattern. Now I know the Bronco is a 6-lug, but the thing is the 4-spoke stamped steel wheels on the Pinto are 4-lug. So it was either go with a 4-lug wheel, have a weird 6-lug somehow offset, or just go with an 8-lug. So I went with the 8-lug. And you'll notice there are 7 regular lugs, and there is your lock nut. The hub is a 1/4 millimeter smaller in diameter than the opening for it. Same with the rear. So they fit very, very snugly in there. And there we go. We have our styled steel wheels, and I am super excited to see these on the truck. What the hell is that? Okay, let's put the body on this because I can't wait. I had no idea that this build would be this successful. I just assumed that I had a good direction, but damn, this is freaking rad. I love the wheels. I love the paint scheme. I love the porthole, the interior. Oh my gosh, this is going to be so good on the trail. I cannot wait. Take this out. We got our working winch at the front, full metal bumper, auxiliary lights, headlights, taillights, working dash lights, styled steel wheels. So rad. The only thing I don't have is a tire for the back. And that's for no other reason than I don't have a tire. I have the wheel. In fact, I've got 2 spares. I got this one here, which I haven't finished painting yet. And I've got this one. And I specifically, you can see this one here, I only put 1 lock nut, and I did not put, for obvious reasons, the rear disc. I should probably primer that. All right, my friends, thank you so much for embarking on this journey with the body. I know it's been a long build with this truck, but I hope it's been worth it. Stay tuned for some amazing mechanical changes to this truck. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next time.